710 micron, 500 micron, 350, 5 micron, and 250 micron. Okay, so we have 3 runs for the first one, for the screening. So you take 3 samples, take using this one, because this is the maximum amount that you get, because that the same volume, right?
Yes.
Take this one, and then you have to weigh how much sand that you take.
Yes.
Okay.
And then wait how much it comes down.
Yeah, and then what you will do is you run you set at around 20 or 25 minutes, okay, just to give enough time for screening. After that, you measure how much or how many grams that you get for each
size.
Yes, for each size. There's gonna be
So we have to measure each one
Yes.
without the sand, then measure it. with
yeah, you
sand.
can do like that, no problem. Or you put another like beaker or something. Yes. Yeah, beaker.
Just
So you just put it in the beaker. So the particle size will be given here. Okay, screening opening. Okay, it will be, let's say, from 2 millimeter to 1 millimeter. So it will be, this is bigger than 2 millimeter, the first one. The second one from 2 millimeter to 1 millimeter.
Okay.
Okay, and so forth and so on. Yeah. So it will be like
With
this.
3 different
You have
samples,
blue.
huh?
3 different samples. The first one is bigger than 2 millimeter, and then 2 millimeter to 1 millimeter. So the average particle size will be 1.5 millimeter, huh? Like this, and so forth and so on according to what you have here. Sorry. So, I forget to put something. You have the initial amount, how many grams, okay? Then you have for each this, for each gram, for each screen, okay? This is one. Okay. Now the second one, angle of repose. Okay, from this you take, let's say you take this sample, and this sample, 4 of that, 4 of this size, you take it, and then see which one is most, okay? For example, you will get most at the bottom, here, might be less, becomes less amount. Not in terms of the weight, in terms of volume, okay? So you collect the samples, 3 samples. I put 4 here, but let's do just 2 or 3, okay? This one, this, and this. You collect the sample around, that is enough for this. I think it's about, can you give me because you put the samples, and then after that, let's say this is your sample that you get from there with different size, okay? Because we want to see the effect of the size of the particle to the angle of repose. This is one.
We take the sample from the 3
From 3 different size.
Yeah, and 3 experiments. The 3 experiments.
You choose whatever. You have 3 experiments,
Because
right?
it's the amount. I mean, it could be.
Can you give me this paper?
Yeah.
You have 3 experiments.
Yeah.
From each size, let's say you decide the smallest one, and then the bigger after that, and the bigger one after that. Okay. From these 3 experiments, you collect, you combine the sample.
Yeah.
So you will have 3 different sizes.
Okay.
Okay. Maybe from one run it's not enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So what you do is let's say you take the last one, okay? You collect from 3 runs, okay? And then you put it here. Ah. Just enough to see the angle. Don't put too much also. Okay. So now what you have to do
You have
is,
to fill it yourself.
yes, to fill about like this, huh? About this amount. And then you slide this until you find the correct line with the same
That matches,
angle of this, that match
yeah.
this angle. So like for example, this one is, one scale is about 2, so this one around 34, huh? 34 degrees. So you mention, for example, the first run, the sample size is, let's say, 300 micron, okay? The condition dry, okay, dry, 300 micron, the angle of repose is 34. Another size, with dry condition. Before you change to the another size, this same size, you make it a little bit wet. Spray just water, spray it, so you make it a little bit wet, but not too wet. Don't put too much water, it will stick, you know. Make it wet. Now it is dry, okay, make it a little bit wet, and then again do the same, okay. When you do this experiment, you repeat with wet condition and see how the angle change. Understand?
Yes.
This one. So the first thing that you have to do is this one. You finish this one, choose 3 sample, okay.
Take the angle.
Yeah, and then combine in one. We don't have something. Maybe we need something.
Between what, Doctor? Combine between?
Huh?
Between which one? We combine.
Let's usually you get the most particle here, here and here.
So where do you collect the sample?
Huh?
Where do you collect?
Maybe from one run is not enough, especially this
So
one.
we do it 3 times?
3 times, because you will do three times anyway.
Yeah. Like if we do it the first time, do I empty it and do it again?
If the amount is enough, you can directly measure the angle of repose. If the amount is enough. If not, okay, take the last one, this and this, the last 3 smallest particle size. Okay, so we have to have a container. I will bring cutter or something. So now what you have to do is do the first experiment first. 25. I will make a container for you.
Doctor, what's the objective again?
The objective is to investigate. First is to investigate the effect of particle size and wet condition of the sample to the angle of repose. This is one. The second is to see how we can this fractionation of the solid material.
Okay.
Investigation on the fractionation of solid material.
Okay. Is there any calculations?
Yeah, it should be.
Is
No,
there
no
any-
calculation.
No calculation.
Yes, there is calculation. Are you sure this is zero?
Yeah.
Mine. So it wasn't the one I wanted, the first one.